Hell of a thing. Superstar, Pharrell. Well, faces some backlash over Met Gala design on White Lotus star. Here it is.
You're wearing art.
Yes, I'm wearing art.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
This look is inspired by the theme of this year's Met Gala, which is super fine. The idea that we love this color black and the world loves this color black. They love black clothes. They love black shoes. They like black dresses. They like black glasses. They like black cars, black planes, even black pink. Right? But here's a moment where we highlight the taste level and the taste buds of black people.
I feel so honored, and this is so special. Thank you so much.
Nah, thank you. It's great. Can you give him a 360 twirl?
Sure.
Good night.
All right, let's get into it. Put up the picture, full mass, and we're going to talk about it. Pharrell Williams has landed in the hot seat after one of his 2025 Met Gala creations stirred outrage. Rosa Parks became a trending topic after viewers and fans noticed White Lotus star and K-pop artist Lisa Manobal, who was styled by the music producer, wore Louis Vuitton. It's an ensemble that many believe disrespected the civil rights activist. One ex-user asks, quote, "Why does Lisa have Rosa Parks in her pants?" One of the historic women who fought against racism. A second onlooker insisted, quote, "Lisa needs to fire her whole PR team at this point. Why is Rose Parks on your girl?" A third critic wrote, "Lisa was dropping the N-word like it's hot, yet instead of apologizing or even acknowledging the situation, she thought having the late Rosa Parks on her cha-cha, I hope I could say that word on TV, at that was gonna make it okay." All right, so, well, fans weren't the only ones who drew this conclusion. Here it is.
So what did we see last night? Well, it was basically Black Lives Matter at the Met. It was a parade of Black Americans, leftists, in their dandy style, which near as I can figure appears to mean over the top black and white with weird shapes and vaginas showing. That's also apparently part of dandyism. Cramming into the Met, where the invitation only tickets went for $75,000 a plate. And that's only for the losers willing to actually pay to rub elbows with stars like Lisa. Who is Lisa, you ask? Yes, I wanted to know too. She's the girl from White Lotus who was dating the security guard. Remember? She's top-notch star talent right there, people. Lisa. And how did Lisa interpret superfine dandyism? Apparently it meant putting Rosa Parks on her vagina. Yes. This was the height of culture and high couture. Civil rights icon Rosa Parks reduced to a vagina cover.
That's coming from Megyn Kelly, the most prominent bigot at Sirius XM. Let's put it up full mass. So here's the rest of the story. Lisa's outfit was actually a collaboration between Louis Vuitton creative Pharrell Williams, who was also one of the event's co-chairs, and the artist Henry Taylor, the latter of whom has insisted his design did not depict Rosa Parks. Instead, a representative told Vulture that the portraits depicted in Lisa's outfit were of figures from his own life. Spokesperson told the outlet, quote, "The figure featured in Lisa's Louis Vuitton look is not Rosa Parks, but one of Henry's neighbors." Quote, The face is seen on this look, as well as on previous LV garments featuring Taylor's artwork, are all drawn from his personal life, family members, friends, and neighbors, These figures come directly from Henry's existing artworks. None of the individuals depicted in any of the garments are Rosa Parks or other well-known figures from Black cultural history. They added, they are all people from Henry's own life. There's more. The White Lotus actress told him, quote, "I feel so honored and this is so special. Thank you so much." 2 months prior, she and the group members, Rose and Jenny, were exposed by an alleged scorned insider, purportedly an ex-employee of YG Entertainment, when footage of them using the N-word surfaced on social media. Neither the group nor their agency has issued public remarks about the racial controversy. So Pharrell has some controversies as well. So back in 2014, the ubiquitous star spoke to Oprah last week, blubbed while watching fan videos of Happy, but most curiously defined himself as the new black. Quote, "The new black doesn't blame other races for our issues," said Pharrell, one of the world's most successful musicians, to Oprah, billionaire and queen of the world. Quote, "The new black dreams and realizes that it's not pigmentation, it's a mentality, and it's either going to work for you or it's going to work against you. And you've got to pick the side you're going to be on." And in a moderate defense of our dear brother, this has been a while since he's experienced the struggle. And he's talking as if it is about, well, mindset alone. Well, yeah. You see, the mindset of others also play into this. And that's why the social construct of how people perceive race becomes the issue that you're dealing with, not simply pigmentation. If everybody understood race is pigmentation, we wouldn't be here, but they don't. So white supremacists, they don't see race as pigmentation. That's your main problem. Primarily in this government, you currently have individuals who are biased against pigmentation and they happen to hold positions of power. And so we have to fight against it directly. Also in 2014, in an interview published on Ebony's website, November 13, 2014, Hunt asked if the singer had seen the surveillance video allegedly showing Michael Brown stealing cigarillos from a local convenience store and pushing a store employee. Well, quote, "It looked very bully-ish," is the response, "that in itself I had a problem with," he said, "not with the kid, but with whatever happened in his life for him to arrive at a place where that behavior is okay. Why aren't we talking about that?" And for his part, Williams expressed sadness over the grand jury's decision regarding the Brown case. Quote, "I'm heartbroken over the news of no indictment in Ferguson. Let's all pray for peace." All right. That's just the rest of the story, ladies and gentlemen. It was an interesting, it is an interesting saga, but there you have it. All right, Yasmin, thoughts here.
Okay. First of all, Lisa, I mean, there's a lot to process with all of this. Lisa, let's put some respect on her name, right? As far as Megyn Kelly could have done like the slightest bit of research, and like Lisa was not known for like some throwaway role that she had on White Lotus. She is one of the biggest pop stars in the world right now. She's a member of Blackpink. So a lot of people know her, and that is why most likely she was at the Met Gala, not because of whatever she did on White Lotus. But whenever people from other countries, especially from very culturally homogenous countries, come over to this one, and I know that Lisa is Thai and not Korean, but there are bound to be cultural missteps. And in this particular case regarding her Met Gala outfit, I'm not trying to blame Lisa for that one. She didn't design the outfit, and the person who did design it said it wasn't Rosa Parks. He still put people's faces on Lisa's crotch, but it was not Rosa Parks's face, so I guess that's better. They probably could have just used different fabric for the bottom part of the outfit, but I'm not, some fashion director over here. As for the other racist allegations against Blackpink, those are very disappointing. I want to say that this is ignorance based on the fact that South Korea doesn't have a huge Black population, or that they wouldn't understand the significance of that particular term and what it means for Black Americans. But in this day and age, I don't think that ignorance can be used as an excuse. I also don't know who was actually responsible for the girls singing the things that they were singing, especially back in those days. Those K-pop factories are actually pretty abusive, and the things that they have the girls do, and they tell them, you have to do this, you have to perform this in order to be successful in the industry. And most of them, whenever they go into these factories, and they are run kind of like factories, they're very young and they're very timid when they go there, and so they're just doing what they're told. Not that that's an excuse, but I don't know how much I want to read into this particular instance. As for Pharrell, he has had some very interesting takes over the years that I thought were questionable, to say the least. I don't agree with a lot of what he has said over the years. His defense of blurred lines, for example, if he wanted to defend the song, that's one thing, but his particular insistence that the song was, and the video was, empowering to women and not demeaning was a little misguided, I thought. But as far as the new black thing, I'm obviously not black, and I don't want to speak for a group that I'm not a part of, but for my own background, what it means to be a minority in this particular country is not something that can ever be easily answered, right? We are constantly, on some level, whether we want to or not, working to understand who we are, what our place is in this world, where we came from, where we're going, and what our place is specifically, again, in this country. But Pharrell's comment that it's not about pigmentation, he's acting like he's the rule and not the absolute exception, right? He's acting like not only is he very talented, he's incredibly lucky to be where he is today in this country. And Black Americans, I feel bad because like they're constantly being told to stop playing the victim, and that their victim mentality is holding them back from achieving greater things. But you can't tell someone to give up that mentality and all of the emotional baggage that comes with it without saying you're also giving up on any chance of getting justice, on any hope of retribution, right? Whether it's reparations or just, being viewed as being equal in this country finally. So by telling people just get over it, that's not helping anything or anyone. There is no growth there, and there's no satisfaction there, right? You can't just, it's very easy to say that to someone from outside of that community. And it feels like that's a little bit of what Pharrell is doing to his own community. And I think that's not very nice.
Yeah. And, it is ironic that the notion of mindset is always posited as the way Black people think, as if Black folk are monolithic in their thinking. The vast majority of Black people that I personally know and professionally know, they do not have a mindset that says racism first or racism primarily, but they are responsive to racism in this societal construct we call America. They are. And they should be. I should be. We all should be. So when there's this kind of systematic design where racism is put at the forefront in government, in industry, in education, and we're responding to it, I would dare say that the mindset is the supremacist attitude, and we are reacting to the adverse nature of that particular attitude. That's one. The second dynamic is, while I believe Pharrell is one of the most talented individuals in the industry, his comment struck me a little bit like when dear brother Jay-Z told Black folk it's time to, we're over kneeling. That somehow Colin Kaepernick did not mean anything anymore since he's now talking to the NFL. And that's what it felt like. So hopefully, as things progress, things will mature. All right.